Achieving the 2030 Agenda and its SDGs will require the entire development community to join forces and create new ways and tools to accelerate inclusive and sustainable industrialization, to foster opportunities for all to prosper and boost economic growth, while also tackling climate change.
It is my great privilege and honor to welcome you to the 18th session of the UNIDO General Conference.
Held in Abu Dhabi from 3rd to 7th of November 2019, the 18th session of UNIDO's General Conference, which was co-hosted with the UAE under the theme Industry 2030, Innovate, Connect, Transform Our Future, brought together more than 1,700 people from all over the world to discuss the crucial role of industry to achieve the SDGs in the next decade, in particular in the context of the Fourth Industrial Revolution.
The progress we have made is impressive. Over the past 25 years, we have reduced the number of people living in extreme poverty by half. Excellencies, however, much more needs to be done.
Our presence here today as a member state makes our continuous commitment to collaborate and contribute to the achievements of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Chère Assemblée, dans le cadre de cette 18e conférence générale, Madagascar va signer le tout premier programme pays de son histoire avec l'ONUSI. C'est un signe de soutien fort et notre plan d'action pour rattraper le retard de développement de Madagascar.
Le thème de vos assises, l'industrie à l'horizon 2030, innover, relier, transformer notre avenir, répond parfaitement à l'engagement pris par l'ONUDI, celui de soutenir la réduction du nombre de pays les moins avancés.
I'm pleased to greet the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. UNIDO plays an important role in advancing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. I commend your focus on harnessing the potential of new technologies. Through your partnerships with governments and the private sector, you can help drive job creation, technology transfer, and investments. Your work also helps to combat the climate crisis by facilitating the transition to circular economies, low carbon growth, the greening of infrastructure, and the reduction of industrial emissions. I wish you fruitful discussions and thank you for your commitment to inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Thank you.
The first day featured the opening of the joint UAE-UNIDO Expo, which presented innovative interactive hubs focusing on today's most relevant topics for member states, identified as part of the theme of the General Conference, including gender, circular economy, youth and entrepreneurship, Industry 4.0, industrial parks, sustainable energy, and partnerships. It, among others, displayed several UNIDO flagship programs, including activities funded by Japan and the European Union.
I am thoroughly impressed. You alone can make a difference, but you can't make a difference alone. So you need others, and it is important not only to focus on intergovernmental organizations, but also on partnerships with the member states, like your PCP initiative.
Overall impression is that everything is very high-tech, everything is very friendly and interesting. You want to touch everything, to try everything, and you can see some things in motion like those, I don't know, those robots or the things for the airplanes that are produced here, and it's fascinating and very motivating.
The 7th ISID Forum emphasized the key role of innovative partnerships, such as UNIDO's Program for Country Partnership, or PCP, to support the achievement of ISID and the Agenda 2030, in particular in Africa, by creating synergies between partners' knowledge, expertise, technology, and financial resources for maximum development impact. Other highlights of the day included the appointment of Elizabeth Illy as UNIDO Goodwill Ambassador, the signing of a country program for Madagascar, the exchange of letters with the government of Côte d'Ivoire, one of UNIDO's most recent PCP countries, and the signing of a joint declaration with Huawei and of a project document on a sustainable industrial zone as part of the PCP for Peru. Day 2 opened with an event offering a regional perspective for African and Arab countries on the key role of entrepreneurship and innovation to capitalize on the opportunities brought by the Fourth Industrial Revolution to accelerate the achievement of the SDGs. The event also saw the launch of the World Entrepreneurs Investment Forum.
The strategy focused on 5 major areas of interventions, namely infrastructure, agricultural value chain, SMEs, and entrepreneurship, trade, private sector, and capacity building.
UNIDO also launched its strategy for gender equality and the empowerment of women 2020 to 2033. In a dedicated event which stressed the importance of gender-responsive actions, tailored policies, and investments to enable women and girls, as well as men and boys, to fully participate in the future of industry as innovators, leaders, and economic actors.
Finland puts a heavy importance on the gender questions also in its partnerships with international organizations, also with UNIDO. The rights and status of women and girls and gender equality is our top priority in development policy.
The Circular Economy event showcased how the SDG Impact Investment Platform will help connect impact investors and small and medium-sized enterprises to leverage private investment flows into the achievement of the global goals.
Financing and support to SMEs is vital for the development of any economy, especially in developing economies. They are the backbone of the growth of any economy worldwide.
The day also featured the signing of a joint declaration with Russia's Nornickel, as well as the launch of UNIDO's Industrial Analytics Platform. Day 3 was marked by the historical adoption of the Abu Dhabi Declaration, which highlights the important role of the private sector to achieve the SDGs and the considerable potential of frontier technologies to advance economic growth and human well-being, and to safeguard the environment.
Abu Dhabi Declaration emphasizes the need for multi-stakeholders partnerships and a strengthened international cooperation. It called upon UNIDO to spearhead the collaborative efforts of the private sector manufacturers to accelerate the achievement of SDGs by providing a platform to coordinate and catalyze such initiatives. The declaration also makes clear that we need to make best use of the frontier technologies of the Fourth Industrial Revolution to boost inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Let us take this journey together.
In the same vein, the morning event stressed the essential role of climate and clean energy technologies for implementing the global vision of a low-carbon, climate-resilient, and sustainable future for all, as outlined in the Paris Agreement, the 2030 Agenda, and the National Development Strategies of UNIDO Member States.
So cleantech actually helped us understand which markets to target first, how to move on to the adjacent markets, and how to ultimately achieve scale.
It's how the system, they intrude in to provide solution, to provide new techniques, to provide innovation to the society where people could come up with different solutions and work in a different manner.
An ensuing session looked into new models and approaches to mobilize collective actions for fostering collaboration, innovation, and connectivity in order to ensure a smooth transformation to Industry 4.0.
Nature-like technologies giving humanity a chance to avoid resource collapse determine at the same time new global threats and challenges.
Robots are going to take away from us all the type of works we don't like to do anymore because they are stressing from a physical point of view, because they're repetitive.
It doesn't just mean you do what is needed to get better yield or productivity. It also means that you don't do what is not needed, which means that you are saving energy, saving resources, you are producing less waste. So basically, by implementing industrial AI, you can get more profitable and more sustainable at the same time.
Later on, UNIDO also launched its Industrial Development Report 2020, which brings new insights on how advanced digital production technologies are reshaping the process of industrial development and transforming manufacturing productions.
We believe that we can make use of these new technologies to leapfrog to industrial development and grow our manufacturing and achieve structural transformation.
We can make it step by step by retrofitting the factories.
Full access to quality and affordable power and internet connectivity will be critical for the developing countries.
International policy coordination should enable organizations and countries to share knowledge and experiences on how to identify and address the opportunities and challenges stemming from the fourth industrial revolution, and ensure that no one is left behind.
Day 4 allowed for discussions inspired by the stories of young entrepreneurs, which showcased the necessity of supporting youth as drivers of innovation and job creation to facilitate the transformation of communities, the generation of sustainable livelihoods, and the strengthening of social cohesion and economic competitiveness.
So there is definitely a gap in moving from the research into the real world. And I think this is also an opportunity in regards to the youth, because within the schools and with the research environment, we have a lot of young people, PhD students and postdocs and graduate students that are doing incredible research and incredible work. And we have to make sure that we can actually support them in getting that commercialized and getting all that work into the real world.
The RPU Center feels that it has a moral mandate to support youth employment. And the way we do that is by connecting to partners, government, private sector, and understand what type of projects, innovative projects that we can create to support young entrepreneurs and to support in solving and tackling the youth employment.
The conference's last side event focused on innovative approaches for developing inclusive and sustainable industrial parks and pursuing low-carbon urban industrial development through effective and well-functioning industrial policies and strategies that fosters partnerships and collaboration between different actors and stakeholders.
We're all looking after a geographic area and we're trying to generate wealth. We're trying to create employment opportunities, as we've just heard in Egypt, in Senegal, for our people. And industrial parks and zones are part of that solution.
Industrial parks in Egypt are targeting multiple things, one of which is import substitution, job creation, taking into consideration that all the industrial parks we've developed recently, with a number of 13, are in less developed areas like Upper Egypt, where there is very little job opportunities available there.
The events of Day 4 were supported by China, Finland, India, Italy, the Russian Federation, and the Global Environment Facility. The day was also marked by the appointment of Alexei Leonidovich Kudrin from the Russian Federation as external auditor for UNIDO for the next 2 years. With clear indications from its member states under the new Abu Dhabi Declaration, UNIDO will work together with the private sector and harness the potential of Fourth Industrial Revolution technologies to accelerate inclusive and sustainable industrial development for the realization of the SDGs. Industry 2030 is our goal.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I just would like to thank you, our member states, most sincerely for your trust and support. I thank the donor community and our partners around the world who make us, support us, move forward towards SDG 2030. This General Conference is a milestone and also is a starting point to join in the global call for action, enter the final decade towards Industry 2030, and to achieve the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.